Hello and welcome to Prudent Media. My name is SachinChatte and on this program we take a look at the latest releases. Today we will review Ayushmann Khurrana's Dream Girl 2 and the racing film Gran Turismo. First, let's take a look at Dream Girl 2. Ayushmann Khurrana has done some very interesting films in the last few years, and even though they failed at the box office, films like Chandigarh Kare Aashiqui, An Action Hero, Anek, and Dr. G, there has been something to take away from the subject of those films. Now, for the life that was left in me after watching this rather inane comedy, I couldn't quite understand why he chose to make this film Dream Girl 2, except that it is a sequel to a film that made it to the 100 crore club. It may sound challenging on paper for a man to play a woman, but every film cannot be a Mrs. Doubtfire in terms of being an entertainer, and this one is far from it. With a script that varies from being dumb and dumber, the gags are very silly. The kind of jokes and sexual innuendos that teenagers would laugh at are there in this movie, and a couple of kids in the row behind me were laughing like hyenas when it was revealed that a certain character is gay, when it was rather obvious from the beginning that he is. Karam, played by Ayushmann Khurrana, is a good-for-nothing and unemployed man who goes around singing devotional Mata Ke Gaane with his father, played by Annu Kapoor. He already has a girlfriend, Pari, played by Ananya Pandey, and her father won't let her marry because both father and son are bankrupt and owe money to people. Karam's solution to get out of this situation is to dress up like a woman and become a bar girl named Pooja. A loony idea, but this is just the beginning of the lunacy. The bar owner, played by Vijay Raj, is besotted by her, but Pooja is needed elsewhere. Because Karam's best friend Smiley, played by Manjot Singh, is in love with Sakina, whose father Abu Salem, played by Paresh Rawal, will not let her marry till his elder son Shahrukh, not Shah Rukh Khan, but that is played by Abhishek Banerjee, gets out of depression. I know the plot is already getting complicated, but now at this point enter Pooja, the bar girl turned psychiatrist, who cheers him up so much that they have to get married instantly. Karam has to take one for the two-member team because his friend can't get married otherwise, and it also throws his own love life with Pari in the dustbin. There are several supporting characters thrown in to complicate the already messy plot. In the end, Karam gives a long lecture and schools everyone around, which is as much fun as chewing a broken glass bottle. The odd dialogue may make you chuckle, but then there are also odd lines like "Tum wo picture ho jo humne interval ke baad dekhi," which the old man says referring to a middle-aged lady, and some of the scenes are pure cringe. A man looking for oranges to dress up like a woman is not particularly funny. Khurrana is sporty enough to play the role, but there just isn't any conviction in the story. When the filmmakers add a laughter track during some scenes to remind you to laugh, you know that it ain't a funny film. I'm going to go with 2 out of 5 stars for Ayushmann Khurrana's Dream Girl 2. And now let's take a look at Gran Turismo. Inspired by the life of Jan Mardenborough, who was a GT, that GT stands for Gran Turismo gamer, and went on to become an actual racer, Gran Turismo is a formulaic but fun film. Directed by Neil Blomkamp, who is known for films like District 9 and Elysium, it plays out strictly by the numbers, but there is always something about an underdog story which, if done well, tugs your heartstrings. On that count, Blomkamp and company have done a commendable job. After all, there is only so much a filmmaker can do when the subject is car racing. Jan Mardenborough, played by Archie Madikwe, is a young man from Cardiff who likes to sit in his room and play GT on his console. He is an expert at it and the best among the very best. But it is still a video game, and his father, played by Jimon Hunsu, is not particularly happy about his kid spending so much time on it and harboring ambitions of driving a race car someday. Orlando Bloom plays Danny Moore, a marketing guy who manages to convince the Nissan bosses that they should have a contest to recruit the best video game racer to actually drive a car. We are also told about how accurate the GT simulation is to a real car, but then there are also safety concerns. That brings Jack Salter, played by David Harbour, on the scene, who is a trainer, safety expert and the technical boss. 10 youngsters are chosen through a contest, including Jan, and as expected, the trainer goes hard at them because that's his job. From being an underdog from whom not a lot is expected to ending up with a podium finish, the journey is predictable yet thoroughly enjoyable. The high points of the film are clearly the action scenes on the racetrack. It is all very smartly shot and edited with clarity. Where the visuals can't make it clear where the race stands, there will be a freeze frame with a title telling us as to how our driver is faring at that point. There are also some nice transitions as well from the ground to the simulation. The family angle of a reluctant father who supports the other son for practical purposes is also well integrated and dwells on it in the right measure. Then there is the bond between the coach and the prodigy, which is also all very neatly packaged. Like Edgar Wright's Baby Driver, this one also has an interesting but limited soundtrack with Kenny G's Songbird and Orinoco Flow by Enya and also Paranoid by Black Sabbath. All in all, unlike the famed franchise involving cars, this Fast and Furious business is thoroughly enjoyable. I'm going to go with 3 out of 5 stars for Gran Turismo. If you like car racing and if you like an underdog story, this one is meant for you. Well, that's what I thought of the films that were released this week. Do let us know what you think. Do write into us. Our address is features@prudentmedia.in. And I'll be back with you next week with more movie reviews. Till then, it's goodbye from me.
हॅलो, टोटल अजूनपर्यंत 15 भुरगीं शेणल्या सर. हय सर, चडशी 7 ते 10 वर्सां. हां, शाळेन सोडले तुमी?
शाळेन शाळा आसतना कितें वचना न्ही साहेब.
आणि आता तर सुटी पडल्या. तुम्ही आणि कितें साहेब?
सर, सुटी पडली आतां. तुमी आनी कितें सर? ना सॉरी सर ना. हय, तुमी म्हणटाले हांव वचून पळयतां आतां. वाव, कितली बरी शाळा. ह्यानी कितें रे? चोरानो म्हजे कडेन खेळटा? गोवा पुलिसाकडे?
सॉरी काका.
सॉरी बिरी काय ना. खंय आसा ती बाकीची भुरगीं?
अरे येत रे सगळी भुरगीं भायर.
चला या आता घरा.
घरा? आम्ही येना घरा. आम्ही शाळेनूच रावतली. घरा आमकां सामको वाजता.
अरे, भुरगीं पयलीं शाळेन वचपाक रडटाली, आतां घरा वचपाक रडटा. हो कसलो रे चमत्कार?
चमत्कार न्ही, हो आमचो गोंय सरकार.
अरे, गांवांत जर अश्यो सुंदर शाळा जाल्यो जाल्यार भुरग्यांच्या शिक्षणा बद्दल भिवपाची गरज ना.
भिवपाची न्हू, आतां आमकां घरा वचपाची गरज ना.
नव्या तमाचे सेरतुतराचे हें आमचें सरकार. प्रमोद सावंताच्या खाला सपना जाता साकार. नव्या तमाचे सेरतुतराचे हें आमचें सरकार. प्रमोद सावंताच्या खाला सपना जाता साकार. गोंयाचो फुल्ला रे फुडार. अशी या सारे गोंयकार भिवपाची काय गरज ना
आता
दरेक गोंयकाराचो आधार डॉक्टर प्रमोद सावंताचें गोंय सरकार.